start with it, and then I'll go back. Hey guys, VUTV Weather Director Mason Gliva here with, we're going to start going into some live coverage. Really depends on how long we stick around, depends on how long the storms hang around. Right now, we're on the cool side of the boundary. Rensselaer, it just moved through. They were at 81 degrees earlier. We were in the upper 70s before that lake breeze rolled through. Now we're sitting in the 40s. Areas to our east still holding on to the 60s and 70s, and especially to the south, mid 80s. Are a common number across central Illinois. But again, we're in the cooler, stable air behind the front, so we're transitioning more from an all hazards threat strictly to heavy rain and large hail threat as the evening goes on. So here's the current radar. Here in Valpo, we are under a severe thunderstorm warning, I think, for the next few minutes. Just had that northern storm here that's over by Westville. That'll roll over towards LaPorte and areas along and east of 2. So think Kingsbury Heights, over towards Walkerton. You're next in line for this storm. Really didn't do a whole lot here. I'm sure there was hail north of Valpo, but we just got clipped by the very southern edge of it. And then we also have a developing cell over by Crown Point. That'll track in here over the next 10 to 15 minutes. I'm going to hand this over to Zoe here as we begin our longer form coverage here. Main storm of concern right now looks to be Stark County. Severe thunderstorm warning for 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-size hail riding that boundary down there towards Knox. Zoe?
Thank you, Mason. Like Mason was saying before, we've got the storm that just rolled through our area here. Definitely some more hail up to our north. The area down towards Knox is kind of interesting. We could scroll kind of towards down that way. They definitely got some heavier stuff. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of a hail core down there by 421 and 119.
Pinks and purples, that's hail. If it's going to be falling, it'd be south of Winnemac right now, sort of in the south, I think that's southwestern quarter of Pulaski County.
Yes.
Almost towards Royal Center, north of Monticello.
Yeah, so that's going to kind of continue to track off to the east into areas like Kewanna and Abinabi. Mason, how do I pronounce that?
I have no idea. I didn't even know that place existed.
Yes.
I'm not going to lie.
And Abinabi.
We'll roll with that.
Yes, and Royal Center. Do you know what the size tag is with these?
60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail.
Okay, quarter-sized hail.
Moving east at 70.
So we're going to time that out.
Zipping.
Yeah, they're going fast. Timing these out in the next little bit. Winnemac within...
Whoops.
They are in the Eastern time zone, so these are a little bit, they're an hour ahead of kind of where we are right now. I'm just going to move this way. So Winnemac, they're pretty much there. Royal Center about 6:30, same with Rochester, and then a little bit after 6:30 over there in Newcastle as well.
And this is right now, I mean, Winnemac's getting hit, but this is, we're not going to have a lot of reports because this is a very rural area
Yes.
where these storms are rolling through right now.
Yes, and that is, those are definitely hail cores. I would not be surprised to get maybe a storm core or two. I'd be interested to see how large that ends up being.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's only warned for quarter-size hail, so that's 1 inch in diameter, but I will say, with the environment that we have today, and you and I were talking about this earlier,
Yes.
it's a little different than our typical springtime environment in that we have the potential for some of these, the strongest storms, especially where we're seeing these like magentas, the pinks and purples on the radar, to have hail in upwards of 2 inches. So that's baseball, tennis ball size hail. You think back over spring break when we had some of those supercells roll through. I mean, the hail that was falling in Kankakee north of that tornado was 2, 3, 4 inches.
I saw reports of, as someone who experienced some of that even farther north, we're talking hail that was actually upwards of, I think, 5 inches. I believe I saw a post, I may have to look back on this to make sure I'm correct on this. I believe I saw a post from Northern Illinois that they had looked into one of the hailstones, and I believe it could possibly be, we have to get it officially confirmed, but it could have possibly been the largest hailstone to fall in Illinois at, I believe, about
history.
6 inches, yes.
Yeah.
Which smashes the original record.
But here's an updated storm track. Again, Winnemac, it's there now.
Yeah. Walnut got about 15 minutes, Rochester, and then we're nearing 6:45, 7 o'clock for areas like Warsaw and Blaine, Indiana.
Yeah, and again, the worst of it has pushed east. Right before we went live, we were kind of rushing around trying to get live before it impacted campus, but we had some computer issues.
Yes.
Severe thunderstorm warning has expired for Porter County. The National Weather Service in northern Indiana, which has LaPorte County, has opted not to continue that warning. And I mean, when it rolled through here, the hail was maybe pea-sized hail.
I wouldn't even say
it
pea-sized.
wasn't very big.
Yeah.
But the strongest storms are, again, they're south of that boundary, impacting portions of basically where we have the storm track out right now, portions of Stark, Pulaski, Marshall, and Fulton counties, racing off to the east at 70 miles an hour. So, I mean, it'll be in Warsaw within the next half hour.
So it'll be here and gone fairly quick.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see if anything will be able to develop after these pass through.
Yeah, I can zoom out and
Yeah,
we can look back off and see what Illinois has brewing for us.
I mean, there's a few cells.
Yeah, that
DeKalb.
DeKalb storm would be the next one to watch as the cap begins to break, sort of the lid on the atmosphere that kept us quiet for so much of the day is beginning to break. And what's weird is that these storms are actually firing well behind the front,
yes,
because
far behind the front.
We started off showing the temperature map, and we're in the 50s all the way down to Rensselaer now. So all of this is in the stable air, except for areas along and east of 31 where they're hanging on to near 70 degrees still.
I'd be interested in seeing what's, I mean, they don't cover it, but the stuff that's down south looks to really be firing off.
Yeah,
Near Champaign. So if you're in Champaign, which I know a few of you are, I would definitely be watching these cells right now. These are definitely heading towards you probably at about 70 miles an hour.
Yeah, I'm looking at the warning now.
There is a
rolling
warning.
Off to the east at 50.
Oh, 50.
So these are right along the boundary.
Yes. So that boundary's about to hit, and things are more than likely
temperatures are about to crash.
Going to crash quite quickly.
Champagne's still sitting at 85, but if you take a drive up the road towards Bloomington, you're already in the 60s.
Wow.
So
that's fast.
And again, out ahead of that boundary, that's where the tornado threat is. So it's highest right now, areas along and south of I-80 or US 24.
Yes, which is a little farther north than what we have on right now.
Yeah.
But it's definitely starting to develop in other areas. Oh yeah, no, you can see them very quickly developing in the time lapse. You want to show that again? Within the last hour or so, they've just popped, and they've just been strengthening as they ride that boundary off to the east at about 50 miles an hour.
Yeah. I guess we can move back up to the northern portion. That continues to get its act together. South Bend, it's beginning to get quite loud, I imagine, as these storms begin to roll through. Worst of it just rolled through Goshen, so your temperatures are getting ready to crash there as the rain-cooled air moves through, still holding on to 60 degrees out there at the Goshen airport. But severe thunderstorm warning just issued, sort of an extension of those storms that we were just talking about earlier, Zoe, down to the south of 30.
Any increase in the hail size, or is it just for wind?
They left it at 1-inch hail, but only 50-mile-an-hour winds, which kind of makes sense because if this is, again, behind the boundary,
Yes.
we're transitioning away from a straight line damaging wind threat
And more to
towards
the hail.
the hail
Yes.
and heavy rain.
You can really see, I can see those hail cores just popping on that cell. There's a bunch of them right there. So areas like Rochester, Warsaw, possibly even Fort Wayne, I'd be interested to see how long that track kind of keeps.
Yeah, I can redraw it real quick.
But as for Rochester, it's pretty much almost there at this point. You've got maybe 10 minutes max. Let me get out of the way for a second. So yeah, Rochester, pretty much 9 minutes. I can do math. Seaward about 6:45. Hello. 6:50 for Warsaw, and it should be in Fort Wayne just before 7:30. Mason, would you like to?
Yeah, I can
hop
take
on for a
over while
second?
the IFB decides
Yes.
to
Not play nice.
hop off. So here we go. Areas really right now, the greatest severe threat is along and south of US 30. So, I mean, we got Rochester getting in here in the next 10 minutes. This is this part of the line that was south of Valpo, and it has all of that warm and humid air that we had earlier in the day before noon, 1 o'clock. That's when that lake breeze boundary rolled through here. So getting into Rochester about 6:30, give or take 5 minutes. Then portions of southern Kosciuszko County by 6:45, Warsaw 10 till 7, and then over towards Columbia City after 8. If the storm holds together, then we're talking about Fort Wayne getting in there at about 7:20. Again, this could speed up, it could slow down, but there's no real reason for it not to weaken right now because it has the environment all to itself. There's no rain-cooled air out ahead of it to really choke it off like the northern portion has been weakening. Even in Valpo, we're getting ready for round 2. Zoe, if you want to take the storm track off, and we can zoom closer into that real quick. I'm going to step off and grab the iPad real fast.
Technical difficulties. Oh, please.
There
we go. Oh, it looks like a little butterfly. But yeah, we got another this tiny cell is going to move into Valpo shortly. I think it could bring a little bit of heavy rain. I'm not sure about hail.
I mean, if there's any hail in there,
It'll
it's probably going to be like the little teeny tiny marble size that would BB-sized hail maybe rolling through. It's loud. There's lots of lightning with it. We can't show that on our radar here. But what I have on the tablet here, lots of lightning with it. So it's a loud one. Not really expecting any severe weather. Again, this will roll primarily areas along and south of 30, so along and south of campus, south of the airport, missing Valpo proper, but that'll roll off towards Couts and Hannah if we want to do a storm track on that. That's probably rolling off at about 50-ish.
Oops, my bad.
First live coverage of the season.
We're a little rusty.
Time to
Oh.
shake off. Oh, okay.
Oh,
well,
I don't know what I did there.
I don't know what's going
That's
on
cute.
there either, but if anything, we're adding to the blooper reel now. Wanata here in the next 5 minutes. Hannah about 5 minutes after that. Kingsford Heights, 5:40. So if you're at the Victory Grill there in Kingsford Heights, I can only remember that because I drove through there about 45 minutes ago. And then getting towards portions of northern Stark County there by 5:45. But if we want to zoom out again, we can take a wider picture.
There it is.
The only real storm of concern that we have that's beginning to leave our viewing area is those storms that were rolling through Knox and Winnemac. These guys along and south of the boundary are going to have to be watched. Those are an Indianapolis TV market issue, but these guys would pose the all hazards threat. So you think that really, really large hail that I started off talking about, we're talking 2, maybe upwards of 2.5 inches in diameter in those strongest storms, damaging winds, and the non-zero tornado threat really starting to get going. They did just issue a tornado watch for Ohio. Again, they opted severe thunderstorm watch until 11. Just because we're behind the boundary here, we're in the stable air. We're not really worried about the tornado threat anymore. We're transitioning to a heavy rain and hail threat as more storms begin to get their act together back towards DeKalb. Just checking the reports on the map. When those initial storms that rolled through Valpo, lots of pea-sized hail. Reports even going back into the southern Chicago metro. If we want to loop that,
Yes.
that's where that storm really got going. That's when I started rushing in here because things started sparking off a little earlier. And it's really been on an overall weakening trend. And again, the storms along and south of 30, where that enhanced risk is, a level 3 out of 5 risk for severe weather is, that's where these storms are really taking off. North of 30, I think this is going to be a heavy rain, maybe some minor flooding in low-lying areas as these storms continue to roll over. We now have more development back off towards Peoria. But if we want to zoom back in over on that Rochester storm that just continues to really strengthen
look
there.
At that. That violet color.
And even on the radar that I have on here, it's getting into the purple and the blacks. So
Oh, goodness.
some probably very hefty hail. Wouldn't be shocked if it's just a little larger than an inch. It's about to hit the airport, so we're about to find out a lot more here in the next 15 minutes or so. Still don't have any reports over the relatively rural portions of Pulaski County there. The only real town of consequence is Winnemac. If you blink, you miss Star City, that I think has a blinking light there on 35 as you're heading south down towards Logansport.
Want me to time this out again?
Yeah, if we want to go ahead.
Oh. I've not done this in a while. Let's see. Let's try that again. There you go.
There we go. I'm going to step off the screen. You don't want to see me. You
Are we
wanna
still
see where
going
it's headed.
70 or?
Yeah, it's
All right.
still warned for 70. So Newcastle, they're in all of 60 seconds. Seward, 637. Chester, 645. Columbia City, just before 7. And then getting into the southern portions of Fort Wayne just after 7 o'clock. Again, Valpo, we're kind of in a lull, so to speak, right now. We're waiting for those other storms out across northern Illinois to really get their act together. And again, I think we're transitioning away from an all hazards threat, definitely to a heavy rain and hail threat with any of these guys that get going. Storm of concern continues here, damaging winds, wind gusts 50, 60 miles an hour, and then hail up to quarter size. Zoe, I don't know if you're seeing anything over there.
I haven't seen
reports?
anything. But I don't know if you saw this, but they issued at some point a severe thunderstorm warning
Oh, for
for
this
this little
guy?
baby cell. Yeah, right here.
Okay.
Just south of Rensselaer.
So, I mean, again, this is a relatively rural portion of our viewing area. If we want to zoom in a little closer, just barely skirting the northern portion of Benton County. There's Rensselaer. So this is south of town there. You have 231 getting on to 65 going south towards Indy. I mean, this is already east of Kentland. I don't even think there's a town in northern Benton County
I've
over
got on
there.
their warning.
It's
it
north of
includes-
Fowler. There's Remington. That's, I don't know why it's coming up as Carpenter, but you know, technology is great.
Yeah. It's quarter size with this.
Okay, so quarter size hail. Any of these storms that really take off, that we're going to see these maroons, is going to be capable of at least quarter size hail. I'm going to step out of the way here. So Remington in the next 5 minutes, Walcott in the eastern time zone about 10 minutes from now, Chalmers at 6:45, Monticello 10 till 7, and then Norway at 6:52. Again, main threats with this one, just quarter size hail. It's probably going to be very loud as it rolls through. All of these guys this afternoon have been very loud. You could hear the storms for the last 20 minutes before they hit before they even got here. But no real reports with this guy. Some pea-sized hail back when it was over close. Is it Watsika?
Yeah, Watsika.
Okay. But that severe thunderstorm warning will remain in effect. We do have spotters on that, so if there's anything going on there, we should know about it rather quickly.
All right, back to Rochester.
Yeah.
Oh, there's some definitely some bright violet there.
Mean hail core.
That is
right there.
mean.
Still no reports, but this is getting ready. And I don't like how you can kind of see a backward C sort of
the
look to the bowing out. That would be some damaging straight line winds as this guy continues to really move off to the east. Wind gusts in excess of 50 to probably pushing close to 60 miles an hour as this guy continues to bow out. Going to be interesting. It looks like this storm is trying to push north, so it should be interesting to see if that pushes any cold air into it and if that sort of takes some of its oomph out as it moves into northern portions of Miami and Wabash County and southern portions of Kosciuszko County. Again, relatively rural portions of the viewing area. I mean, there's Rochester, Macy, there's North Manchester, I think Silver Lake's just off 15, sort of somewhere in here, and this is going to stay south of Warsaw even. If we want to move north a little more, check in on our South Bend and Goshen friends. So again, it's about to get really loud, if it isn't already, up there in Elkhart, Wakarusa, Napanee, pushing in towards Goshen if we want to do a little storm track on that. Not severe, not warned. There's not even a special weather statement out for this. Just very heavy rain getting ready to roll through. I'm going to step out the way. Goshen getting in.
Right now.
Yeah, right about now. And then Turkey Creek at 641, Ligonier 645, Bloomfield over towards LaGrange.
My bad.
Closer towards.
No, okay. Where did Big Box go? Oh, they're just.
There we go.
Okay. Well, you just updated.
But again, sort of in a lull, so to speak, here in Valpo. I think our severe weather threat might actually be relatively low. So I think we may have dodged a bullet, but areas along and south of 30, you're really under the gun until the watch expires at midnight. They did just issue a new severe thunderstorm warning well out ahead of this guy over towards Angola. And yeah, that's got a nice pink core associated with it. So this severe thunderstorm warning is out for quarter-size hail. Straight line winds aren't really a concern right now. And 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts, if anything. If you want to go ahead and scroll over a little more. I'm kind of blocking it with my face. There we go. So this guy is north of Fort Wayne. I think it's actually, this is the lake breeze that it's probably riding right now. So out ahead of this, you're warm and unstable. You're probably in the 70s, pushing 80 degrees. But behind this, you're struggling to make it to 50 degrees. It's chilly. That north wind was brutal walking in here, getting ready for coverage. If we want to go ahead, put a storm track out on that, it's just kind of moving off to the east, southeast, because it's out ahead of everything. I'm going to step out of the way.
All right. We're looking at
Angola here in the next, 3 minutes?
2 minutes.
And then it's off into Ohio, Superior, 5 till 7, Bryan, 7:10, and then Woosin just after 7:15. Still no reports out of the Rochester storm right now. The severe thunderstorm warning going ahead and continuing down there until 6:45.
It's still bowing, that's for sure.
Yeah. And I'm wondering, kind of looks a little more blobby, but I just think that's because that storm that was to the south is just messing with it right now. So it's going to be interesting to see what this guy does here.
Valpo's quiet.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. Up near Aurora and DeKalb. This will be interesting to watch.
So we'll see if these guys get their act together, because again, if it's
Oh.
moving off to the east, it'll get in here probably in the next hour.
Take.
Lightning is starting to uptick with that guy. But that is in the even more stable air than we have here. They're only in the mid-40s up here. The Cubs game, you started near 60 degrees. By the time the third inning rolled around, that's when temperatures dropped. It was funny. Everybody was talking about how the winds blowing in were going to keep it a relatively low-scoring game.
And then the winds
The Nationals
changed.
won 10-4. So, I mean,
That just sounds like excuses, but
anyway.
I don't know.
So Chicago, another round of loud storms getting ready to roll through here.
I kind of want to time this out.
Yeah, if you want to go ahead and time this out, I'm going to step off, grab
That's
a drink of
funky.
water.
Yeah, I'll swap with you. So you can do this. Okay. So kind of timing this out a little bit for areas of DuPage, Kane, and Cook County. People in Aurora, you're looking at around 5:50, 10 to 6. It should hit around the airport, Chicago, O'Hare, about 6, just a little after 6. Areas like Darien, Downers Grove, maybe about 6:05, 6:10. And then areas like Oaklawn, closer to 6:30. And then really we should be looking at it hitting around here in the next, probably a little bit after that. So if this cell holds itself together, we should be in for our next heavier batch of rain by about 6:40, 6:45, give or
Yeah,
take.
something like that. Go ahead and clear this off.
Yeah. How are those cells down to the south doing?
I know severe thunderstorm
I know
warnings
there's
are
still a
still
bunch of
lined up
warnings on the
like
stuff.
trains on a track down there. I'm
I
stealing
saw
your
it.
laptop for a second.
Oh, it's fine. To make sure it doesn't like drain itself.
We now have a severe thunderstorm warning for Bloomington and I think Champaign.
I would assume. Well, Champagne's a little
Well,
south,
Champagne's down the line, but
but Bloomington
so
should be
new
about
severe thunderstorm
here.
warning in here.
Yes, here's Bloomington. And then these, that's some lovely pink. Of course. So timing this one out really quickly, we're looking at Hayworth in about 15-ish minutes. Empire by about 6:30. Almost 7 o'clock in Blue Ridge, and same with Mahomet, and Hensley. It's very rural out here. I would, if there is anything, what are the warnings? I believe it should be hail. I would assume hail and something
Yeah,
else.
just hail.
Hail. So we really
quarter
probably
size.
won't see much in terms of storm reports. I'm not sure if there's any storm chasers on it right now, or spotters. But yeah, that's going to continue off to the east, and maybe, just maybe, oh, yep, it should be in areas like Champaign. So if you're on the U of I campus, by about, I'll move this way, by about 7:30, if it keeps its act together, there'll be some hail. But I don't know. I mean, it is riding that boundary, so possibly.
Yeah, I think the main threat with this one right now is just large hail.
Yeah.
And even in the warning text, I'm reading it, the lightning is continuous
Oh.
in this storm.
You
So
can get some good photos
very,
of that.
very loud. So if you want lightning pictures,
Yeah.
take them inside.
Take them inside. Don't go outside, but I think there could be some good photos out of that. There's another cell just to the north of this one in Normal. Is that warned?
I do not.
Oh. Well, it looks like if it's even if
It
it's
is
not, it looks
As of yet.
like it would be pretty heavy in terms of the rain. Maybe probably quite a bit of lightning.
I'm gonna draw. So
Go ahead.
here's the boundary.
Yes. Oh, let me get out of the way for a second. So there's the boundary that Mason just drew. So if you're just on the other side of it, like if you're in Champaign, Nixon, Lincoln, that boundary's just crossed. So temperatures are going to start to drop. So
right now
if you
still
love,
sitting in the mid-80s down
yeah,
there.
that's not gonna last.
You're gonna crash into the 60s relatively quickly.
Quite quickly. So if you're outside, make sure you aren't outside because it's storming out. But if you have to go outside anytime after these storms pass, make sure you have a jacket with you because it is going to be quite chilly. Let's check on our little friend over there in Rochester. It looks like it's weekend, at least in the Violets.
They have allowed the severe thunderstorm warning to expire.
Okay, that's good. It just looks like it'll be, right now, just some heavy rain. You want to
heavy rain, maybe some small hail.
Maybe.
But the wind gust would be sub-severe.
Yes.
So maybe 40, 50 mile an hour wind
40,
gusts.
yeah. Timing this one out, we're looking at Seward and now, Chester in the next 10 minutes, Huntington and Fort Wayne about 7:30, and then about 7:40 over there in St. Joseph. As it continues to kind of make its way on east over into Ohio. There's the other one.
Continues.
That one's still severe warning?
To get his act together. Yes.
He is definitely getting his act together. He's got quite a bit.
And they have extended the warning into Ohio.
Okay.
Absolutely booking it. So
Oh,
put things in
fast?
perspective. The speed limit on the toll road, so 80/90, is 70 miles an hour. This guy that I'm about to put a storm track on is racing
80?
off to the east at 75.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's pretty fast. And it's riding. It's not like it's riding 80 essentially, so it's pretty much parallel to 80. So timing that out as it travels along I-80 into Ohio, we're looking at about 7 o'clock in Bryan, 7:13 Archibald, 7:22 in Napoleon, about 7:30 in both Swan Creek and in Sylvania.
Yeah. So this is becoming a Toledo Metro issue
Yes.
here in the next 45 minutes
If
or
it
so.
keeps its act together.
But this is moving into the more favorable environment
For
the tornadoes. So a lot of our Ohio friends are going to be keeping an eye on this guy.
For sure.
I'm going to go ahead and move it back our direction. Because again, we're just kind of in the lull right now.
We're in between. There's no rain currently, according to our radar here.
Maybe some drizzle getting
Maybe
ready
just
to
a
work
little
its
bit
way.
of drizzle, but it's still keeping its act together over in Aurora. That's for sure. You can see that first kind of round kind of came through, weakened as it passed kind of through Valpo. The southern part strengthened as it passed just below us, and it's finally started to weaken. I'm interested to see if this Aurora cell is going to keep its act together, though.
Yeah.
So far, it's done a pretty good job of that. But I don't know. I don't know. I think it's been kind of gradually weakening. We're not seeing those violets that we were seeing before in DeKalb. But I think it could keep its act together. Is there a lot of lightning reports with that currently, that cell, or is it more just the rain?
Is the iPad still on? I think it probably
It's asleep.
There was a fair amount of lightning with it earlier. I mean, there's some. It's not nearly as continuous as we have with the storms to the south in the warm, humid air. They did just go ahead and issue another severe thunderstorm warning for that storm that I totally just said had weakened below severe limits.
Oh, the Rochester one?
Yes.
Oh.
I mean, it's for the southern portion of it, not the northern portion. I'll put a
Okay, you want to
storm
check
track
that
on it
out?
here in a sec. And this guy is sort of moving off. The National Weather Service has it moving off to the sort of east-southeast. So I have a feeling that this one is trying to latch on to the boundary.
Interesting. So Chester in the next 10 minutes, then Noble by about a little after 7, and then after that, the next city major city on our map is Aboit by about 7:24, and then we're kind of nearing. That's about the south part of Fort Wayne, and then it should kind of pass its way through there by a little bit before 7. Should be kind of making its way out of there. Is it still hail the main threat, or winds?
I believe it is still hail.
Okay.
1-inch hail and 60-mile-an-hour winds.
Okay.
So they must be seeing that it's trying to bow out and went ahead and.
What is going on with that Lafayette cell? Lafayette? Well, southwest.
I will check
It's
on that
got
in a
little...
second. We do now have reports coming out
Oh.
of Fulton County.
Okay, what do we got?
So spotters are reporting the 1-inch hail, so that's
Okay.
why they went ahead and issued the severe thunderstorm warning. And then back over towards Kewanna, I'll go ahead and zoom in a little closer on Fulton County so we can kind of get our bearings here. I can. So just to the west of Rochester, right on State Road 14
Okay.
and 117, or 17.
17, okay, so kind of like in this
An
area?
emergency manager is reporting a large tree down that is covering State Road 17 right now.
Goodness.
So that's what's going on with that guy. The Lafayette storm is also
Is that severe warned?
severe warned.
Okay.
Let me get you the info here momentarily. 1-inch hail and 60-mile-an-hour winds. This guy would have to be watched to see if it can really get its act together, because this would have an all hazards threat. It's south of the boundary, right now in Logansport. Lafayette, they're still sitting in the 70s. Frankfurt, which is, I'll zoom in a little more, hopefully it'll pop up, is sitting in the low 80s.
Oh, wow.
Lebanon, same sort of deal, which is out of the range. But this guy moving off to the east-southeast, I'll put a track on it here. Main threat right now
Is the hail.
All
right, timing this one out. We're looking at 6:52 in Rossville, just about 7 o'clock in Burlington, 7:11 over there in Kokomo, Indiana, 7:15 about in Cicero, and then almost 7:30 over there in Pipe Creek. So this is definitely one you want to watch for, especially if it continues the way that it has with those that increasing reflectivity, especially with the pinks and the purples. If that kind of continues, the track it is, I think we could see a threat for some, definitely at least some larger hail, if not some damaging winds.
Yeah, I can go ahead and turn velocity on.
Okay, nothing. I don't really see anything.
No, I mean, it's so far away from the radar.
That too.
Oh. But again, this guy's really...
Yes, this one's sort of real.
This has been the problem child. Has a history of damage. We can now say that it has downed trees across portions of Fulton County, and you can kind of begin to see it. I'm about to draw.
Yeah, draw.
Beginning to sort of bow out like it was earlier.
Right.
So that's going to be the portion that would have any damaging straight line winds. I'll put a storm track on.
Just time out the. Well, if you're in Noble, you got about 5 minutes till this kind of gets into your area. Huntington, 7:15. Abilite, so Frank is the south side of Fort Wayne, about 7:30, and then kind of continuing off to the east in areas like Adams and 7:36, and then Bluffton at about 7:40.
I think it's going to be interesting to see if they continue the severe thunderstorm watch up there.
Yes.
As temperatures begin to crash. We now are beginning to get reports sort of back by the Chicago suburbs after that initial round rolled through. I'm just going to zoom out and loop the radar.
Oh, it's still holding its act together. The Aurora storm. But yeah, you can definitely see those. There's this one cell that kind of, oh, wow, that's moving really fast. It passes really quickly to kind of show you how fast these things are moving. It's the one that pretty much that caused us to go under a severe thunderstorm warning. It was in those violets and purples as it passed in areas of DuPage, Will, and Cook County over into part of Lake and Porter County as well.
Yeah.
What are the storm reports?
Just under an inch across the south side of Chicago.
Of rain or hail?
Of hail.
Okay.
Dime-sized hail.
Okay.
So not quite severe limits, but just below.
Below it.
And I think it's going to be interesting to see if that line really does get its act together, because
As
that
it continues.
would begin to slide off to the southeast and become an us issue if it holds together.
Right. You want to time it
with
out right
time.
now?
Yeah.
So far, it has been fairly consistent with, at least, not so much on the violets, but in the rest of the colors, especially those reds, those pockets of deeper red. All right, timing it out right now. We're looking at, I'm almost positive to say that's probably, when they're saying Chicago, I think that's got to, I don't know if that's downtown or if that's O'Hare.
Looks like O'Hare to me.
Okay, so O'Hare, about 6:06, just a little after 6 o'clock. I'm going to walk this way a little bit. Worth, about 6:22. Area's kind of in between that. We're looking, it's pretty much in areas like Darien, Downers Grove, Bolingbrook, Lamont, in the next 5 minutes or so. So I'm not sure if there's a lot of lightning associated with the storm, or is it just the heavy rain?
There's a little bit of lightning,
Okay,
but
so it's a little loud.
It's mainly a heavy rainmaker.
Okay, so there's areas in the next 5 or 10 minutes. But for us, if this holds its act together, it'll be about 7:30 before it kind of makes its way over here, because it's not moving as fast as the other storms were.
No, I have this tracking sort of off to the east-southeast at about 50 to 55 miles per hour, and that might be a hair fast. Starting to get reports now associated with this line. I'm going to clear the storm track and zoom in, of some pea-sized hail. So, again, behind the boundary.
Take a closer look.
Pumping out hail, kind of like we thought these storms would.
Yes.
So,
Downers Grove, Darien, it's pretty much there.
Basically, the areas we just called out. The hail reports are coming in from Aurora and St. Charles.
Okay.
So, places it just rolled through.
All right. So that's going to kind of continue rolling on. We will keep an eye out for those reports, videos, etc. But yeah, so far it seems like it's been keeping its act together. So it'll slowly make its way here. But here in Valpo, it's pretty quiet. There's like a little bit of rain kind of passing through, but other than that,
yeah, we're
dry.
We're quiet for the next about hour
or so, give or take.
The main show continues just to be those storms along and south of the boundary. So think Winnemac, Rochester, sort of those areas that we came on and said we were concerned about. We also these are all lagging behind just because those storms were impacting portions of just rural areas. So when those storms rolled through just before, Winnemac emergency manager now reported 1-inch hail with it. So just sort of verifying what the severe thunderstorm warning is currently warned for.
That heavy band, that second little cell that just popped up in Rochester, that just popped up in the last 5-10 minutes or so.
Yes, so that guy just popped up. More reports of wind damage sort of back over by Kiwana. I can zoom in on it here in a second. So again, relatively rural portions, just north of Kiwana, more trees down on State Road 7, north of town there. Now that Rochester storm really taken off. Don't know how long it's going to hang around because the bigger storms are in front of it, taking all of the energy. But I'll kind of move this south a little bit.
This one's, it's still warned, right?
Yes, still warned.
This one's still a severe thunderstorm
60
warning.
mile-an-hour winds and quarter-size hail. So
okay, so that should be in areas like Largo. Basically now, you've got about 1 minute. Abilite, about half hour-ish, give or take. So that's like parts of just south of Fort Wayne, and then Adams, New Haven, just after 7:30, and then just a little bit before 8 in Bern, which is on the border with Ohio.
Which, fun fact, I think is over by where we saw the solar eclipse.
Oh,
sophomore year. Over
because we were in Portland.
that direction. Yeah, so just north.
Oh, fun fact.
They went ahead, they issued a new severe thunderstorm warning for that Ohio cell.
The one near Angola.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it now has a tornado possible tag with it.
Oh, great.
So moving into the more favorable environment, they're across.
I can kind of see it on the radar, the darker, or the
Yeah,
violets
just
for
barely,
sure.
just getting kind of covered by the banner.
Yeah,
up
there
there.
it is. Oh, look at that. Look
So
at that
this
backwards
guy
C. Right there.
continues to get its act together. Let's see if there's anything. I think it's going to be noisy. Maybe.
Oh. Are we too far out?
Are we? Apparently.
Well,
Well, imagine it, if you will.
yes.
Um,
Are we on IWX?
yeah, this would be North Webster
Yeah.
radar.
Do it that. You can definitely see it. It does have that little inverse C to it, especially in that heavier band.
Yeah, and I mean, I think this is mainly a straight line wind.
Oh,
but
for sure. But
in the environment.
it's in the environment.
Where
so
if it wants to cause some mischief,
it can.
it has the ability to do so.
So timing this one out, we're looking at about 7:02, so a few minutes in Bryan, then Wasson, just a little bit before 7:30, a little after 7:30, over there in Napoleon, bit before 8 o'clock in areas like Maumee, and then it should get into Toledo proper just after 8 o'clock tonight.
So a little over an hour from now. 'Cause
Yes.
They're closing it on 7 o'clock Eastern. Don't have any reports from this guy. Back, excuse me, south of Angola, some spotters reporting 1-inch hail. And then back in LaGrange County, before Angola, train spotters reporting dime-sized hail when this storm rolled through. So, but again, moving into the environment where it has everything to work with, temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. And this will eventually become way, way, way down the line
Not our.
Cleveland issue.
Oh, there's a severe thunderstorm warning for south of Fort Wayne that just got issued.
Okay.
Gonna head on over there, take a look at that cell. The cell we've been sticking with pretty much our entire time on the air. Currently, I believe it's got to be for this Huntington cell.
Yeah. It's for this guy blasting southeast.
Oh, there's a tornado possible tag on it.
This does have the tornado possible tag, but I think
You want to
for
look at it?
whatever reason, if I switch over to velocity, it's going to try to give me the Champaign, Illinois.
That's weird.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. Well,
It's the thought that counts, I guess.
we tried. Definitely still some violets. Some violet pockets for sure.
And this guy's kind of funky.
Yeah, he is a little funky. He's got a
'cause
little
he's
notch.
doing his own thing.
Okay, timing this one out. Basically now in areas like Huntington, 25 minutes or so for Marion route, just after 7:30. It should be in your area. Then it'll move through areas like Hartford City just after 7:45 and just about 8 o'clock, a little after 8, 8:10.
I'm going to update this storm track because my
Okay, we're going to update
speed
this
was
really
wrong.
quickly. So the main threat continues to be the damaging winds. Oh, there's a tornado warning south of Lafayette. We'll get to that in 1 second. Anyway, timing this one out. 7:03 Huntington, basically there now. 7:15 for Marion, Licking, okay. 7:30 Portland, about 7:49, 7:50, and just before 8 o'clock in areas like Jefferson. There is a tornado warning for Lafayette right now.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'm gonna
step off for 2 seconds to get water
fix the
while
radar,
Mason
'cause
fixes the
we're-
radar because we're a hot mess.
Let's see. We now have to cycle through all of our graphics.
Oh, okay. I left the clicker. Hold, please. 1 moment.
There we go.
Oh, wrong. Oops, my bad. Okay. Okay.
Let's see if this works. I'll step on.
Okay, you can step on for half a second, and then I'll switch over in a second.
So tornado warning. Zoe, when you get a second, if you want to pull that warning text up.
Yeah. What? What do you mean?
Or on your phone.
Oh, yeah, hold on.
You want to do that.
2 seconds. Lafayette.
This
Do it over here.
is south of the University of Purdue.
Okay.
I want to point that out. So this doesn't include Lafayette proper. It's sort of this looking thing.
Ah, there it is.
That is right on the boundary, so that would make sense.
Okay.
The boundary is now approaching I-74. North of it, you're in the 50s. South of it, you're in the 80s. So a very stark contrast. It's radar indicated, moving east at 60. So really riding 74
yeah,
at that point.
it says at 7:01 Eastern, severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 7 miles northeast of Petersburg and 15 miles northwest of Crawfordsville, moving east at 60 miles an hour.
Okay.
This is radar indicated rotation, and this is going to be in effect until 7:15.
Okay, so Petersburg is like right here. If we want to zoom in, Windgate, you're there now. You should be in your safe place. Sort of due west of Linden.
Okay, so it's this one.
Yeah, Coal Creek. If we want to put a storm track out, moving off to
yes.
the east at 60. But this is also, it's kind of in a tricky spot where it's at right now, just because it's kind of in a radar hole. There's no real great angle.
Oh.
I think the best is the angle from Indianapolis. So Sheffield here in the next 10 minutes, Mulberry at 7:17, Frankfurt down the line. We called you out earlier because you're still sitting in the mid-80s, and then Kirkland at about 7:33. The portion of concern in this line is going to be just to the south of Coal Creek. You can't really tell the hook on this radar just because there's no great angle on it from where it's at right now. It's riding the boundary, which is right along I-74, which sort of curves off to the south and east down towards Indy.
Do you want me to try velocity up here?
You can try it. I don't know if it's going to cooperate because I think it's just too far away. Oh, well.
Ish. Sort of.
Kind of noisy, but again, this is looking from Champaign. Indianapolis radar has the better look.
Yeah.
But
Figure out
they're
how to do
continuing that severe thunderstorm warning for, if we want to switch back over,
Yep.
for this Kokomo storm.
Okay.
It's continuing to move off to the south and east.
That's an interesting look for the heavier band. Like an upside
For
down.
half-dollar size hail.
Oh.
So we're now over an inch. Going to move off to the south and east. I think we're probably just going to stay on maybe for the next half hour or so. Wait
give
and
or
see.
take. How that other storm up north
Yeah, we're going to wait and see how the Aurora storm
shakes out.
But again, the severe threat lowering as we speak.
Oh,
the main threat.
Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Trying.
definitely keeping its act together.
So last I looked, Midway was sitting in the low 50s. We were still in the upper 40s here. Some hail reports with it, just pea-sized hail.
Okay.
So nothing major by any means. Not
still
really a
keeping
whole lot of
itself.
lightning with it either. So this guy, it's trying, it just might be on a weakening trend as it moves closer to us here in Valpo. It's 48 degrees here.
Huh.
Where
were we at, like 78 today? 75?
That's...
I thought we hit 78 here at
did
school. but I'm not sure.
briefly. because for whatever the airport's
down.
We're back up to 51.
Okay.
We hit 78
Oh,
before the lake breeze rolled through. Goshen also hit 78. South Bend was 75-ish, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. But this line will continue to roll off to the south and east with time if we want to go ahead and time that out. Getting in here probably 7-ish.
6:43.
6:45.
6:45, somewhere like that.
I think we can stay on until this clears us.
For sure.
What's an extra 35 minutes?
To yap? I'll do
Yeah,
it.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
And just a lot of pea-sized hail reports with this guy. They have begun to trim the Chicago Metro out of the severe thunderstorm watch. I don't know if they were included to begin with. But the stable air continues to work its way through. It's probably going to be loud the rest of the evening at times, but the severe threat is to our south, really along and south of 30, where they had that enhanced risk for severe weather today. Are they control room talking to you and you hear it all?
No, not right now. Let me look. Update. That tornado warning looks like it's still in effect.
They are continuing it.
They are continuing it.
They even have severe thunderstorm warnings starting to get into the very outer fringes of the northern Indy metro. So Lebanon is now in a severe thunderstorm warning, sitting right here. Tornado warning continues for areas north of Crawfordsville. New Richmond, Linden, Darlington are some of areas there across portions of northern Montgomery County there in central Indiana until 7:15. I don't know if they're going to continue it on over towards Lebanon or Frankfort, but at least for the time being, they're seeing it through. Looking at what I can see from the Indy radar here on the tablet, it's spinning, but it's very broad.
Okay.
It wasn't as tight as it was just beginning to roll into portions of northern, did I say Montgomery County that was? And then, again, hail getting ready to roll through Kokomo.
Yes.
That severe thunderstorm warning for half-dollar size hail, so just larger than 1 inch. And then the lead storm that rolled through here, severe thunderstorm warning continues with the tornado possible tag as it's moving into the environment, that if we're going to get any mischief, it's over here.
Yes.
Bluffton, you would be next in line. Decatur, I think it's being tagged as route, but that's Decatur.
Okay.
Bluffton, and they have Bern, Portland. That's where we were for the solar eclipse.
You want me to time out this little?
Yeah, if you want to go ahead and do a storm track on it real quick. Bluffton here in the next 10 minutes. Decatur, you're going to get clipped by it closer to 7:30, and then getting into portions of far western Ohio after 7:30. This guy rolling off to the east, southeast. That tornado warning continuing for the next 4 minutes on that storm south of Lafayette. We want to go ahead, zoom back out, and check in, see what our Aurora friend is doing.
I received a text about a few minutes. Oh, it's got another nice, lovely little heavier cell just south.
Yeah, basically right over the radar site.
It's in between 55 and 355, so that's about in areas like Romeoville, Lamont, and Bolingbrook, just to the west of Darien. I got a report from my mom literally about a minute ago. Dime-sized hail in Darien, in our backyard for only about a minute. It is pouring like crazy with lots of thunder. So this storm is definitely not dying down.
Okay. So like it's at least holding its own.
It's holding its own. It's showing us that it's got something. But that is going to more than likely continue moving off to the south and east. And let's time it out. Should be here in Valpo by about 6:45.
Okay, here next half hour.
The next half hour
Plus or
so,
minus
yes.
5 minutes. I think this guy is probably going to stay north of 30. Crown Point, I think you're okay just because this is scooting off more to the east than to the southeast. But Oaklawn, there now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Bremen in the next 5 minutes. Thornton, 6:20, and then Gary about 6:30, and then here closer to 6:45. I know we got Purdue, I think, is about to tip off in March Madness.
Yep, I believe in the I
so
think
a
right
lot
now,
of people
actually.
getting ready. If
About
you
now.
aren't already heading out to the sports bars and restaurants for it, keep in mind that you might be driving into some heavy rain, or if you're going to be leaving in the next 20 minutes or so, especially across portions of southern Cook County into portions of northern Lake County, Indiana, not Lake County, Illinois, as this guy continues to roll off sort of to the east-southeast.
Yes.
Lightning trying to tick up again, so we'll see what happens with this guy. The tornado warning is in effect for the next
down there for
minute.
Huh.
And they have not extended it, so I don't think.
I'm intrigued by this cell over here just west of Danville.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know if that's warm.
This is
that is
screaming hailer.
Let's take a look at that one. Warning for this one.
2-inch hail.
Oh
okay.
my goodness.
So
60-mile-an-hour wind gusts.
prefaced coverage saying storms that were the strongest, and we have a little bit of black. Have not seen that on the radar
That's
here
a first
in
for
my
sure.
4 years here at VUTV.
Let's time this out.
Go ahead and move over here. So Danville, get ready because we have some baseballs inbound. Here in the next 2 minutes, getting into Danville, then crossing into the Eastern time zone. Covington at 7:26. I can read. Logan 7:32, Kane 7:39, and then Shadeland getting closer towards Crawfordsville 7:45, 10 till 8 time frame. Nice. We do have spotters on that, so if there are baseballs, I think that's baseballs.
I believe 2 inches is baseball.
I know I have people watching that know me. If I'm wrong, text me. I can see it.
Actually, no. Well, technically, yes, but a regulation baseball is between 2.8 and 2.9 inches. About 3 inches. According to
so
MLB or Wikipedia.
Ping pong ball size
Ping
hail?
pong, I guess.
Maybe.
About.
I guess I need to brush up on my
hail size.
Is what we're finding out. So there's a severe thunderstorm warning for Danville.
Hen egg. It's an egg.
Hen egg.
Hen egg.
Because we're using eggs to measure things now. They have gone ahead and extended this into Indiana.
Okay.
It isn't tagged for the hen egg sized hail. It's for $50 sized hail.
Well, that's about
but that hen egg sized hail, so you know how you'll get alerts on your phones, the wireless emergency alerts. With the, I think this has the destructive, if not considerable, that'll set off your phone to let you know, hey, this is inbound. And quarter-sized hail, that'll dent your car.
Oh, yeah.
So hen egg-sized hail, that's probably going to put a hefty dent in your car, if not crack your windshield. So move the car into the garage, especially Danville, and then getting closer towards Covington, Veedersburg, there across, I think that's the Wabash River.
I believe so.
That runs right there. If it isn't the Wabash, it's Tippecanoe. The storm basically is just going to ride 74. So you got Danville there, Veedersburg here, damaging hail just between Ogden and Danville, just to the north there. south of Middle Fork, riding I-74, moving off to the east, I think.
Oh, that there's a storm just south of Lafayette that just, this storm here, the one with our tornado warning, just got tagged destructive.
Oh. 80-mile-an-hour winds.
Oh, goodness.
Okay, well, I mean, these guys are moving
They
about
are.
65, 70, 75, so I guess that makes sense. Moving off to the southeast, so if you want to zoom out a bit.
Yeah. It still has that tornado warning on it, I believe. Yes.
They have allowed it to expire.
Okay, so it is just the
It has the tornado possible
tag.
tag.
Okay.
And the severe thunderstorm warning moving off sort of the south and east towards Noblesville.
There we go.
So we got Thorntown, 7 minutes from now, Lebanon, 7:32, Worth, 7:35, Clay, Clay Township, so that's getting in closer towards Carmel, and then Washington, Broad Ripple area on the north side of Indy.
That cell just south of Kokomo just got tornado warned. This cell, right? This, I'm zooming in on right now. This one here just got.
I tell you what,
Yes, this one
they're
just got
moving
tornado
into
warned.
that environment, and
All right.
they're not behaving.
Let me pull up that warning. Get that off.
This one, well, yeah, I mean, if there is, if you want to zoom in a little more,
Yeah.
if there is a tornado, it is just north of Tipton.
Okay.
So you got Cicero here. Tipton is right on 31.
Let me see if
It's
Velocity's
basically
got it.
at this intersection. You can try Velocity. I think it's still going to try.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's pulling Champaign still.
Dang it.
But the tornado would be just north, sort of just south of the pink here, moving off to the east. So it's just north of Tipton proper is where we have that spin in the atmosphere, moving over portions of rural Tipton County in central Indiana. This is going to probably stay south of Wildcat and Windful City up there in the northeastern corner of the county. This is south of Kokomo. Kokomo proper, you're not in the tornado warning. But this guy continuing to get its act together, sort of right on that boundary.
Time that out. East, southeast.
Yeah, if you want to zoom out and time it out.
Okay.
I'll step off.
Erase this.
Muncie is down the line. I don't know if Ball State is on spring break or not.
I can check that right now.
But heads up, Muncie.
So timing that out. Looks like Muncie about 7:45.
Okay.
No, they were on spring break. Their halls closed February 28th.
Okay, so
2026,
their
so
spring
they're back
break
in
was
school.
early. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Ball State has their own
Weather.
channel. I'm assuming they are wall-to-wall right now, too, as this begins to close in on them. Some towns that are in the tornado warning: Sharpsville, Tipton, Windful City, Elwood, Frankton, Alexandra, Summitville. We have spotters in Summitville, and we have one lagging behind just west of Tipton. So if there's anything down there, we're going to know in a short bit. Again, getting into Wildcat, that's Windful City. 720 Pipe Creek, 728 Monroe, 734 Mount Pleasant, 744, and then Muncie 5 minutes after that. So Ball State, you're not formally in the tornado warning, but I'd go ahead and head back to your dorms, hunker down until this guy passes. And that storm to the north, I'm kind of surprised this guy went tornado warning because it doesn't really look like much. But this guy up to the north that rolled through here does have a hook. If anything, it's just strengthening the hail size. It's still just warned for 1-inch hail. Muncie, it's 82 degrees out there at the airport. Portland's still holding on to 80 degrees. Dew point 60 degrees in Muncie. A little drier in Portland. Dew point's barely making it to 50 degrees. And we now have our storms nearing the state line. So Valpo, and we have more development behind it.
Oh, wow.
So these guys, they're in the stable air. Not really an all-hazard threat at this point. But these would be loud, heavy rain, small hail. The big hail threat is really along I-74 right now, closer towards Indy. That Danville storm is worded for hen egg sized hail. But we're not seeing the black.
That's good.
So if anything, we're coming down a little bit.
And there's more off to the west of it, just north of Champaign.
Yeah, new line trying to get its act together. I think this will stay north of U of I's campus.
Right, it should.
And I think that's even over portions of rural eastern Illinois there along 57.
Mm-hmm. Let's. Oh, look at this Kankakee sign. Oh. Little something.
The radar having an issue. I don't know what that line is going up towards Mantino.
It's pretty close to the actual radar. Oh, not really.
Close-ish.
Ish, but not as close as this. But yeah, I'm not sure.
So this guy would.
Oh, they fixed itself.
There we go. Rolling off to the east, kind of like our storms to the north are doing. So that's bad news though, because that's across portions that got nailed by those tornadoes a couple weeks ago.
Oh, I think the black dot is back in Danville. Oh. Yep, there it is.
Yep. Okay. If we want to zoom in a little closer in on that. Okay. So we have downtown Danville. You're probably not dealing with a whole lot of hail. Just north, up towards Newell, Blunt, areas north of 74, we probably have some hen egg sized hail, if not making a run at baseballs in that. So that will, baseballs will shatter your windshield.
Oh, yeah.
And we have winds of 60 miles an hour, so that'll take some siding off of your house too if it's being thrown at you at 60 mile an hour damaging winds too. No reports of anything yet on that Tipton storm. But again, it's across portions of rural Tipton County. You don't really start hitting any population. I mean, there's Kokomo and then cornfields until you hit Westfield, and then you get into the northern Indianapolis suburb. But Indy, you're fine. All of the action's north. You're probably fine in Indy until after 7 o'clock tonight. I know that's what a lot of the stations down there have been saying. But the tornado warning continues for portions of eastern Tipton County. But I think, yeah, it's more broad at this point. If there is anything, it's riding 28. It's due west of Pipe Creek at this point.
Okay.
But I do think that is bowing out as we speak.
Okay.
I am going to step off, get a drink of water.
Okay.
For a second.
I'm going to take a look back up at our little friend here, just south of downtown Chicago, near Dalton, Calumet, Midlothian. Just that northern edge has just crossed over into Lake County, so very, very, very northwest, that very farther edge just crossed the state line. Should be in Gary. Let's time this out very quickly. Should be in Gary within the next, 4 minutes. Should be here in Valpo just a little bit after 6:45.
Okay, so like 25 minutes from now.
25 minutes from now, give or take. Okay. It seems to be keeping its act together. Weakened slightly than it was when it was over Darien and Downers Grove.
Midway and O'Hare's radars are down.
Oh!
Worth noting.
That is worth noting, yes.
So. That Danville storm.
That Danville storm is still going strong with that.
There's a lot of spotters down there right now.
Okay.
We're starting to get wind reports out of that storm. 55 mile an hour wind gusts out of a mesonet down there. And then.
Is there any? Let me text Brain. Wow.
Yeah.
I
This
know.
really isn't a tornado threat. It's
Clearly.
and then we did have a 60-mile-an-hour wind gust reported back to the west.
Okay.
So
How long is that tornado warning? Are they letting that continue, or are they going to allow that to expire? Do you know?
let me see. I would expect areas south of I-70, and not necessarily in the view that we have now, to get added to the severe thunderstorm watch. So think
Okay, it's going to remain in
Indianapolis
effect.
southward, but the tornado warning continues here, and that just looks like it's blowing out to me.
Yeah.
So tornado warning continues. If there is anything, if you want to zoom in a little closer towards Pipe Creek, it's really, I love that we have Pipe Creek and Duck Creek. It's riding 28 right now. If there is a tornado, it's approaching the State Road 13 and 28 intersection, basically where Elwood is. It isn't showing up on here because Pipe Creek's there and Elwood's there. But if there is anything, it's sitting right here, moving off to the east. Really just going to ride 28 through, I can remember my counties. Hamilton. Or Madison.
Yep.
Not Hamilton.
Madison.
Madison County. Hamilton County is just barely clipped by this, but the area of rotation will stay north of Arcadia. Sirens might have sounded in Cicero, Sheridan, Noblesville, Westfield, Fishers, but it is for the far, far northeastern fringe of Hamilton County, and the rotation isn't even in Hamilton County itself. It's now crossing into Madison County. Sirens are probably going off in Pendleton, Marklettville, Anderson, areas just to the south of this view. Nobody should be traveling on State Road 13 north of 28 or State Road 9 in Madison County, and I wouldn't even be traveling on 69 north or south going from Fort Wayne to Indianapolis at this point until this guy rolls through. Still sitting at 82 in Muncie. Kokomo's cooled down to 63.
Okay.
So once this initial batch of storms rolls through, your air is stable. You transition from the damaging winds, the large hail, and the tornado threat that we're kind of dealing with. Whack-a-mole tornadoes is what I like to call them. They spin up, they spin down. It's sort of a game of whack-a-mole where they hop on down the line. Once this lead round rolls through, you're pretty much done with the all hazards threat. Then it transitions over to, yeah, they're going to be loud, and then some small hail and very, very heavy rain. How's our storm doing that's about to get in here? If anybody's in the control room that isn't doing anything right now, you should go take a gander outside and see what it looks like.
Be to the
looking at you, Adam Stipik.
Yeah, Adam, go outside, take a picture, and bring it in so we can see.
So we can have a show and tell. So worst of it is really along and north of the toll road.
It's on the lake. The worst of it's over the lake.
If there's any hail, it's over the lake. You have the Port of Indiana. That's sort of this part that sticks out into the lake. Small hail probably over Lake Michigan right now, and then some gusty winds likely along the southern edge. Just a lot of pea-sized hail reports, other than your mom reporting dime-sized hail.
Yeah, now 6:55.
Okay.
Interesting. Well, it's been maintaining its strength since we started watching it back over.
The lightning
Near DeKalb
has gone down.
Okay. Well, there's more stuff back towards DeKalb that's been forming.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think that this is going to be severe. I think if something's going to go severe, it's about to hit us.
Right.
But I think after this next storm rolls through, I think we're our severe threat is done for the night, except for areas along 74 at this point, kind of where we're dealing with tornado warnings now.
Go back to the Danville storm. We lost our black dot.
And I don't have any reports of supergiant hail.
Interesting.
Inch and a half.
That's
That'll still do some damage. Ping pong ball size hail.
Seems like the heaviest
on the north side of Danville, sort of up by the lake. But the heaviest of it is now crossing into Indiana. Yeah, so Covington heads up. Storm with ping pong ball sized hail getting ready to work its way through, and then Petersburg going to be down the line from that, really just riding 74. That'll eventually be, I think this is Crawfordsville.
I believe that's it.
Yes.
Covington, yeah.
And then northern Indy Metro, if that continues on its track.
Away. But overall, it seems like it's just most of these pop-up cells that get going around that boundary.
Kind of what we thought they were doing.
Yep.
So the front is really this initial round of storms. But notice how the storms just continue to fire behind it. So a lot of the forcing isn't right along the cold front itself. The front sort of acts as the barrier between the all hazards threat and the hail threat. But again, transitioning over to a heavy rain and hail threat here, all hazards threat continuing down here. Zoe, I don't know if you're seeing anything that, I haven't said already.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. I'm just watching these storms as they keep popping up just around Champaign. Not into Champaign proper, just around it. Which I think is just interesting.
So the U of I
campus
rain dome continues.
Well, maybe. Maybe they're getting a little bit of light rain.
It's
like about...
You're seeing a nice light show to your north, probably.
Yes. If you're on the U of I campus and you want to send us some pictures, if you're in this area right here, please send us your pictures.
Not you calling out your sister.
Well, she's actually in a meeting, so she's not watching. But
Right.
my parents are watching, so they can tell her. Anyway.
Anyway, now that we're really just...
We're just doing this
losing our minds at this point.
Yay!
So heaviest of the rain continues along and north of US 6 across portions of northern
just west of Gary.
Lake County. Gary, it's raining.
It is. It's raining.
That gif, it gon' rain. It is doing so now. And then this will move off. This might miss us. I fear the Valpo rain dome might be at work here.
Yeah, it might, unless it skirches just a little bit southeast.
Hobart, there now. It's about to start pouring. Michigan City here in the next 10 minutes. LaPorte, 6:55. I have no idea what Wills is.
I don't know.
Unless Will Spence's house is. We now have that capability. I
didn't even know there was a Kankakee in Indiana.
Kankakee, I think, is the township that Walkerton is in.
Wills is right.
Oh, okay.
Wills is in the middle of nowhere.
That is not Will Spence's house.
Cool.
In case you were wondering, I'm surprised I haven't gotten any texts about our commentary yet, but the peanut gallery is silent.
I'm surprised nothing's developed with the storm that's now really farther into...
Purely straight line winds at this point.
Okay.
There's severe thunderstorm warnings galore with that.
Cool.
But I think our...
Cut back over here, see what we got in terms of general warnings. Maybe.
A tornado warning.
Oh, there's something. There's a severe thunderstorm warning for the lake shore right now. That's hugging the lake. Let me read it off. Severe thunderstorm warning.
So they did issue something for this?
They did.
How about that?
They did.
We stayed on for a reason.
One moment.
There was a reason
let me
for
find
all of
it.
our ramblings.
It disappeared. Hold on, let me click it. Unless it's not a, that might not be a, nope. Kidding. It's a special marine warning. Just kidding.
Don't go boating.
So don't go boating until 7 o'clock. There's a strong thunderstorm over Hammond Marina or Indiana Harbor, moving east at 50 knots. Winds 34 knots or greater, and small
60-ish
hail.
miles an hour.
So if you're at the dunes, don't be at the dunes, because it's about to get ugly. Or it's already ugly, depending on where on the dunes you are already. But yeah, this is going to cut it close. We might get some of this, like, these little teeny tiny heavier tendrils, but even then, it may be very close to campus, if we get anything, I think.
Yeah. It's trying.
It's trying.
It's really tried to work south and east.
It's trying so hard.
It really has. Chesterton, it's about to start absolutely pouring.
Yes.
Portage, about to start pouring. It's pouring in Hobart. Gary, still pouring. Back over by Hammond. Things are beginning to wind down. The end is in sight. The Raider is having an aneurysm.
I don't know. It always seems to do that with the stuff that's close-ish, the radar. But it's not even that close. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there.
I don't know.
Anyway,
Lots of lightning over the lake.
Really? Okay.
Um,
So if you're outside, you should, don't be outside. Don't go outside. But if you're facing northwards, especially
walking on
closer to the
water
lake,
on the lake, don't be outside.
don't be outside. But if you're facing north, kind of towards the lake, take some pictures. We'd love to see them. Send them in. Mason will post them up on his page.
There we go. Shameless plug. VUTV.weather@valpo.edu. Send your pictures.
Maybe it might be featured.
This guy really,
He's clumping.
yeah, he's trying. Really trying. That tornado warning, I think they're going to allow to expire.
Down near Kokomo, this one. Yeah.
They've canceled it for Hamilton County. They are continuing the tornado warning until 7:45 for Madison County.
Okay. But then after that, probably won't extend it.
Yeah, I don't know. But this guy
Which one?
has really, if we want to loop the radar, if you just want to, has taken a noticeable southward dive.
Oh, yes.
So Portland, get ready. You're still holding on to 80 degrees there. Severe thunderstorm warning for ping pong ball sized hail with that guy. Continues. Not really seeing anything in the way of rotation across portions of northern Madison County. That's good for Ball State because that's the last thing we need going right into a college town. Lots of wind reports behind these guys. Trees downed in Logansport after this line of storms rolled through. Hail just larger than ping pong ball sized hail.
Any hen eggs?
No hen eggs yet. That report came just south of Huntington.
Okay.
And then near La Fontaine, sort of between ping pong ball sized hail and hen egg sized hail. So again, this guy's pumping out hail kind of like it has, also has a history of wind damage with it, continuing to dive off to the south. That's actually been kind of fun to watch. It's really right in the boundary. It was moving east through Valpo. Now it's basically diving almost due south towards Portland and then eventually Jefferson, Minster, and Greenville there in Ohio.
Take a look at her. Oh, look, it's back.
Okay. Our hail core
Our black dot that never seems to go away, heading just north of Covington.
does not have the considerable tag on
Okay.
it. But it is still pumping out ping pong ball sized hail. That hail core is right over Covington right now. I really, really hope you moved your cars under cover.
Yes.
Because that'll put some dents in it, if not crack your windshield. But back up here, I think we just might
We're gonna
barely,
be close.
by the hair of our chinny chin chin, get clipped by this guy here in Valpo. So if you're south of 30, you're going to stay dry. It'll probably be loud. You'll see the rain falling to your north. But I think north of 30, you have the best chance. This slides in here in the next 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Chesterton, it's pouring, it's loud, might have some pea-sized hail with it. Same in Hobart, Portage, over towards Westville, eventually Michigan City, the port.
Mm.
But again, our severe weather threat has really come to an end. I'm curious to see what our temperatures
Okay, let me
are
pop
at
over.
if you want to,
that.
or just hit the back button on the clicker.
Oh, I don't have the clicker. You have the clicker. Oh, I do have the clicker. Whoops.
Okay.
Okay.
So the sun has come out in Romeoville. Low 40s up in Waukegan, and you can really see
Chilly.
the colder air up there in Milwaukee. That's probably upper 30s.
Yay.
52 in
cold.
Knox, 57 Rochester.
64 still in Fort Wayne.
That's being covered by my butt. So still warmer air down there in Fort Wayne, but if we want to go back to radar at this point,
Yep.
as soon as these storms clear,
We'll head off.
us here in Valpo, I think we'll probably sign off for the night, because there's really nothing
Yeah,
going on at this point.
there's
We're just
nothing for us.
standing here talking about anything that comes to mind.
So, the hen eggs and. Is that a hen egg up here? Nope, that's just the boundary
That's
between
just,
Canada and Ohio.
Windbag, 60, 70, 80 mile an hour winds for
Look
our
at that.
Ohio friends.
Just a little stronger up there. Between 6 in Chesterton, there's a little
Chesterton,
spot of
there's a
violet.
little pink core up there, so probably some pea-sized hail, maybe making a run at half-inch size hail. That's going to continue to roll off to the east. Going to be a Westville, LaPorte, Michigan City, New Carlisle issue. But again, I think these storms stay along and north of 30. Really not anything that I'm seeing. So if you want to.
Oh, I'll pop up. Okay, they are letting that tornado warning that was just south of Kokomo heading towards Muncie. They're letting that one expire. So.
Great news there.
Yes, great news. Yeah, this storm is. It's gonna probably get some beautiful pictures of at least lightning by the lake if you're inside and you're facing north towards the lake. I think this will give us some beautiful pictures. I'm not sure what it's looking like up to the north here in studio because I have not been given an update. But from what we can see here, definitely we'll be cutting it close here. I don't know if it'll really hit us.
It might sprinkle.
Maybe sprinkle just for a little bit, but other than that, I think we're pretty much done here on campus. But if you're just north of campus in areas like Chesterton, you're really in it right now. But we'll time this line out really quickly for everyone else kind of, in the path of this thing.
That's how you
It's
know
been a
we're
little bit of a
wrapping up.
long day here. We got Cool Spring, 646. Our model seems to think that at least parts of Alpa will get it in here just a little bit before 7 o'clock. Olive over there in the Eastern time zone, 8:10, 8:23 in areas like South Bend, and by 8:30 over there in Penn, which I'm assuming is just a little
Penn,
bit.
that's Penn Township.
Cool,
That's
Penn
like
Township.
Mishawaka.
In Mishawaka. Excellent. I don't know what else we can really look at. Let's want to go back down to our friend, the big hailer.
You can take a gander. Oh, I clicked.
Still going.
Yeah, still going strong.
Just past Coving. Do you know if there's any reports? Any new reports?
I
storm-wise?
have not heard of anything. Just continuing on with ping pong ball size hail.
Is it ping-ponging off to the east?
Oh, well played.
Yes. Got timing that out. Petersburg, pretty much now. Coal Creek, just a little bit before 8 o'clock. 8:06 over there in Crawfordsville. A little after 8:15 in Thornton, and then just a bit before 8:30 in Frankfurt, which is in, I don't even know what that is.
Clinton County, I believe.
Okay, that county. But yeah, it's gonna keep doing its thing, heading off to the east.
I think we can do one last check of our Valpo storm, and then we can probably
Yeah, we could probably sign off.
wrap
Do
it up.
One more check of our friend. I mean, the stuff just, Champagne's still dry. It's fine. Oh, look, there's this stuff off in, that stuff off in Aurora still. It's
The
trying.
lightning is heading up that guy.
In the Aurora one?
Yes.
Okay. So if you're in Aurora, areas kind of to the east of that, this is going to be your next rainmaker. It's heading your way. I could time that out briefly. What we got here? Oh wow, these are interesting city names. Oh, we got Downers Grove in here. Interesting. Okay, Aurora in really the next 3 minutes. Downers Grove, Darien, this is your next cell to watch. 705, 710, Lyons Township, we're talking Lyons, Brookfield, LaGrange Park, LaGrange, 720, Worth about 726, 730, and then it should cross over into Indiana a little bit before 8 o'clock if it keeps its act together. So really areas like Downers Grove and Aurora, Darien, Lamont, you should really be watching this storm as it makes its way around here. But let's take one last look at our friend here. I think campus is fine.
North of us.
Campus is fine, and this is going to skirt north of us. If you're in areas like Michigan City, you're about to get some downpours, or you are getting some downpours right now. But LaPorte, 6:58, so you got about 10 minutes. Olive, about 8:10. Like I said before, South Bend, 8:22. Penn Township, 8:30. And the Land of Mason at 8:54 p.m. This cell will head on over to your hometown over there, Mason.
Yep. But again, I think our severe weather threat has
We're pretty much done.
ended for the night. I'll just go ahead, zoom out, and then we'll sign off here.
Yeah.
Probably going to be allowed on and off next couple hours as these guys continue to roll through on the backside of the front. But the severe weather threat really exists along and south of US 24 or south of Lafayette, Logansport, over towards, oh goodness, what's another town? Huntington. So central Indiana into Ohio, that's where the game is shifting now versus just
and parts
rain
of
and
Illinois.
storms.
Don't forget Illinois. Please don't forget Illinois.
Probably along and east of 57 at this point.
So that's pretty much all we have for now. Thanks for watching, and
have a good night.
Yeah, have a good night.